Hey everybody, um, long time no see. Um, I want to post this video, um, just to showcase my disdain for, for this subject. Um, let's just say that, if you can't take the responsibility of children, don't have any. I know my limitations, I know my responsibility level, and, I myself don't have children. Uh, I guess I'm one in a few that is realistic when it comes to that regard. But let me preface this by giving specifics, and then I'll tell you a quick story and my thoughts. Today is June 6th. I went and saw a 3:15 p.m. screening of Wonder Woman. I reside in Arnold, Missouri. I went to the Arnold 14 Cinema. The reason why I'm giving specifics is I know this video won't get any views, but if it does, I hope that the people that were the subject of this story see it and know that at least I disapprove, and probably others do as well, and that they should maybe reassess what they're doing and make it better. In the grand scheme of things, it's not important because children are abused every day, and it's not at all this story. Children are mentally abused, physically abused, sexually abused, and this is very low on the totem pole, but it's a lack of control that needs to be addressed, and hopefully these people address it. Like I said, I went to go see this movie, and I think a woman in the theater was seeing it by herself or with a friend, and she happens to be a mother. So within the last 10 minutes of the movie, guy, but a little bit younger than me, probably mid-20s, walks in with three boys, probably ranging from 4 to 6, 4 to 7, and they sit in the very front rows of seats. One little boy decides to run around that front row. Now, I'm at the very top, so it's not a distraction, but it was a minor one because when you're watching the screen, you can kind of see something in the bottom of your eye kind of moving. They weren't really loud or anything. It didn't take away from the movie itself, but I can only imagine somebody else being closer, being distracted, and feeling like the end of the movie was ruined for themselves. But this one kid was just running around, and then after the movie, when the credits are rolling, people are there just to see if there's an end scene, and spoiler, there isn't. And they're just running around, they're yelling, and this dad's just sitting there letting them do this and kind of like egging them on, like not punishing them, or not, at least saying, stop it, sit down, be quiet, be respectful. I know the movie's over at this point, but people are still there, you're still in public. And what makes matters worse is that there were two ushers there that were just standing there, and these kids could have got hurt. They were climbing up on the seats, they were diving onto the ground, and this is a hard concrete ground. And it's just like, okay, pardon my French, but if you can't control your kids, keep your dick in your pants. Like, how hard is it? And to make matters worse, the mom was there and the mom did nothing. That's horrible. And I'm not blasting an entire generation of people because they're pretty much my generation, but I just keep seeing this more and more, that people don't control their kids. They don't. My mom was like 2 generations ago, and she would have never took me to a theater if I couldn't control myself. If I couldn't control myself, she would make us leave. She slapped me on the head. But now if you do that, it's considered abuse. It's just, people, I don't want to say people, I don't want to lump people together, but more often than not, if these kids were running wild in a movie theater, first of all, they shouldn't even be in it if they never paid for it. What do they do in other public places? And it's just, dude, to the guy that, was watching these three kids, I don't know if you're the dad, the uncle, the brother, I don't know who you are, but shame on you. You are a horrible, horrible guardian. And like I said, in the grand scheme of things, this means nothing because kids are abusing the world and everything. But if you lack boundaries, then you're doing a disservice to these kids. They need boundaries. They need punishment. And when you let them do this, it tells them that their actions are okay and that are accepted. And they're not. And I don't even know why I'm talking into the camera, posting this on YouTube. I wish I was brazen enough to walk past this guy as I was leaving and say something snarky, but I'm not. And nobody else was. And to the ushers, if those kids got hurt, you're more than likely fired because you did nothing. And it's just horrible. And I hope you watch this. I hope people realize that you're not punishing your kids by setting boundaries, by telling them, by showing them how to act in public. Because not only did you not set boundaries and punish them, they are taking social cues from you. And when you allow them to do that, what's going to happen when they grow up? They're going to allow their kids to do that. And then when I'm 70 and I don't give a fuck, I'm going to say something. I should have said something. That's on me. But in the grand scheme of things, this isn't important. Like I said, I didn't take away from the movie for myself. But I can only imagine what these kids do outside of the theater. And shame on the ushers because they saw them walk in. They didn't pay for the movie. You just let them watch the movie. And that they're stealing a movie. So, yeah, that's just my 2 cents. Nobody's going to see this, but just wanted to get it out there. Peace, guys.